8 blues scale licks for beginners. This is the 3rd lesson in my Anyone Can Improvise in 3 Easy Steps course at No Bull Piano. All right, so I got a lot to cover in this lesson, so let's get right into the very first lick. So here we go. Again. All right, so now I want to remind you that the rhythm for these licks comes from the lesson that I did, which is 4 rhythms every improviser needs to know. And remember, the accompaniment in the left hand down here is the other lesson, the lesson number 1, which is how to accompany yourself using this simple pattern. So be sure to take a look at those 2 videos if you have questions about, what to do with the left hand or where these rhythms are coming from. Especially, you'll see that I'm saying using rhythm number 1, using rhythm number 1 flipped and stuff. That's all from that second video, 4 rhythms every improviser needs to know. In the right hand, I'm using my blues scale. So let's just go through that blues scale real quick. The blues scale is a 6-note scale, okay? So it's C, E flat, F, F sharp, and then I cross underneath with my thumb, G, B flat, C. Now this fingering is a little bit different. Sometimes you might see some teachers teaching it with 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's a very, very inaccurate way of playing the scale. And I would definitely suggest that you do not play the scale that way because there's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's very easy to start making mistakes, and I see it all the time with students' performances. The 1, 2, 3, 4 fingering is good because then it gets you outside of that blues scale. So often we end up staying within this, octave range, and the scale sounds like we're just running. Just running up and down a scale, which does not sound like improvising, and it doesn't sound very good. What's better is to start to break outside of that 1 octave range. Okay? Now don't worry, I know that's a little bit more advanced right there, but I'm going to show and I'm going to break down these licks, okay? So if you're a beginner, don't worry, I haven't lost you here. Make sure that you get down the fingering and the scale, just 1, 2, 3, 4, cross underneath with your thumb, 1, 2, 3. And if you want to go up to the 4th finger on the E flat just for practice, sure, that'd be great. Then 4, 3, 2, 1. Now if you want to go more than 1 octave, I'll just show you that real quick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And then coming down, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2. So a great exercise is just try going up and down the scale, okay, up and down the keyboard. So again, the left hand, right? Very simple, left hand. The right hand, we've already done the rhythm. It's D, ba, D, ba, D, ba, da, right? That's the rhythm, okay? So now we add the notes to it. D, ba, D, ba, D, ba, da. And you'll notice that I am playing the first 4 notes of the scale, right? This is what I call chunking or blocking the scale. So rather than playing the entire scale, we take a block of the scale. Now, why do we do this? Because it's a lot easier to start improvising in that way. Okay? A lot of times when we start doing a lot of these crosses, I don't know, have you found that before when you try improvising, right? You're trying to cross and the rhythm gets a little bit fouled up? Well, that's probably why. It's probably because of the cross. Instead, we stay with the 4 notes of the blues scale, the first 4 notes. So C, E flat, F, and G flat, F sharp. Okay? We're going to break off to these other ones, but those are the first 4 that we're going to start with. So pretty simple. D, ba, D, ba, D, ba, da. You'll also notice that the last 2 notes are by themselves. D, ba, D, ba, D, ba, da. So the last 2 notes in the left hand, they're all by themselves. I got nothing going on in the right hand. And the last 2 notes by themselves, okay? And then I'm going to show you how we can fill that space later, But for right now, we're just going to leave that as space. Another thing to note is the last note, the C, I play it short, okay? Typically, when we're playing like swing or jazz, those quarter notes are going to have a little bit more bounce to them. And then, especially when you're first getting started and you're trying to get down that swing rhythm and, improvising, it's good to kind of give a little bit of a bounce to that quarter note. So rather than going dee-ba-dee-ba, right? Sounds like I just like kind of hung there and got stuck in the mud. So you see that nice little bounce there? Now, someone might say, oh, wait a second, isn't that an eighth note? Well, yeah, it kind of is an eighth note, but it's a lot easier to write it as a quarter note with that little staccato, the little dot there, than writing it as an eighth note and then an eighth rest. So just remember that quarter note, we play it a little bit shorter. Don't play it like this. Okay? It's not that short. It's just so I kind of like spring off of it. Right hand again. Dee ba dee ba dee ba da. Dee ba dee ba dee ba da. Again, if the rhythm is bothering you, be sure to check out that 4 rhythms every improviser needs to know. All right, so lick number 2. This is dee ba da, dee ba dee ba. Before I go on, I just want to remind you, if you like the video, please do me a favor, take a moment, click the like button. Also be sure to click the subscribe button so you get all of my videos, right? And thank you, I appreciate it. All right, so here we go, lick number 2. Dee ba da, dee ba dee ba. Dee ba da, dee ba dee ba. Now on this one, I didn't put the little staccato underneath it, okay? Just know that that quarter note should be short. You're not going to see those staccatos written in solos and stuff like that. So it's just kind of like something that you gotta kind of know that, and you'll also hear it as well. So like if I go dee ba da, right here, how it gets kind of, listen to that versus this. Which one sounds a little bit bouncier? I think the second one. Right? I think that sounds a little bit bouncier and sounds a little bit more appropriate. But you can decide on that for yourself. All right, so this one, C, E flat, F, then G flat, F, E flat, C. C, E flat, F, then G flat, F, E flat, C. Those are the notes. Again, first 4 notes of that blues scale. In time, it's dee ba da, dee ba dee ba. Try it with me. Ready, go. Dee ba da, dee ba dee ba. Okay, so let's try it with the bass line. Ready, go. Dee ba da, dee ba dee ba. And the left hand is by itself. Now remember, if you did the how to accompany yourself using this simple pattern, we had this play along track, okay? So we can play along with that as well. Here we go. Ready, go. All right, awesome. Let's move on. Lick number 3. Ba dee ba dee ba da. Ba dee ba dee ba da. All right, that's rhythm number 2, and this is lick number 3 using rhythm number 2. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, I'm sorry. In this lick number 2, notice this was rhythm number 1 flipped. Okay, so in case you didn't read that or you didn't see that, this is that rhythm number 1. It was just flipped. Remember that rhythm? Dee ba dee ba dee ba da. I just flipped it. Dee ba da, dee ba dee ba. Okay. All right. So now here, the left hand is going to start by itself. And then the right hand comes in. So it's left, ba-dee, ba-dee, ba-da. Let me just show you where they come together. So it's left, right, together. So you see the E flats are together. Then left, left, again. Try playing it with me. Ready, go. Left. Let's do it one more time. Left, go. Left. Let's do it one more time. Left, go. Left. Let's do it one more time. Left, go. Okay, so that's lick number 3. Let's move on now. Lick number 4. It's rhythm number 2, but flipped. Let me play it for you. Here we go. Try playing it with me. Now remember, when I say play it with me, remember, you can just play the right hand. You don't have to worry about playing the left hand, okay? Let me worry about the left hand. You just play the right hand, okay? Here we go. Try it again. All right, one more time. Here we go. All right, one more time. Here we go. All right, one more time. Here we go. 1, 2, last time. All right, nice job. And remember, when we're playing that left hand here, notice how I'm not rushing that last note, okay? Remember I talked about that in the how to accompany yourself using this simple pattern, right? Like making sure that that last note wasn't cut off time-wise. So if you are listening to it and it feels a little bit weird, go back to that lesson on how to accompany yourself using this simple pattern. Let me also take a moment and let you know right now that you can also get the sheet music, okay? So all of this has been written out for you in nice sheet music that you can go ahead and download. Just go ahead and click above the card that popped up there. Click and download the sheet music and the backing track. Let us move on. Lick number 5. This one's really cool because now we start to bring in this triplet, and you can hear how that triplet rhythm really adds a lot, and we're also moving up to this upper block. So this is the lower block, or block A, and this is the upper block, or block B. So this is the first 4 notes of the blues scale, and then this is obviously the last 4, well, last 3, and then I'm just moving on to the next note in the blues scale. Blues scale stops at C, right? That E flat is like we were just kind of continuing on from there, okay? So that is the next note in the scale. So block A, block B. In this one, ba triple D ba da. Isn't that cool? Again. Try the right hand with me. Ready, go. Ba triple D ba da. Let's try it a little bit slower. Ba triple D ba da. 1, 2, try it again. Ba triple D ba da. 1, 2, try it again. Ba triple D ba da. 1, 2, try it again. Ba triple D ba da. 1, 2, try it again. Ba triple D ba da. 1, 2, last time. Ba triple D ba da. All right, so nice job, okay, with that lick. That one's a little bit challenging, a little bit different, but a great sound. Lick number 6. This one is, I'll play it for you and then we'll try playing it together. Here we go. D ba da, ba triple. Right, that's a little tricky, right? So D, ba, da, ba, triplet. So we have D, ba, da, and then ba, triplet. D, ba, da, ba, triplet. So it's together, D, ba, da, left, ba, triplet, then left by itself, right? D, ba, da, left, ba, triplet, then the left hand by itself. So notice when I play that F and that G in the left hand, nothing's going on in the right hand, right? I have that rest, that whole rest in that second measure. D, ba, da, ba, triplet. Again. D, ba, da, ba, triplet. Again. D, ba, da, ba, triplet. Again. D, ba, da, ba, triplet. Nice. All right, so now, licks 7 and 8, I'm going to warn you, they're a little bit more challenging, but let's do it nice and slow and we'll get these down. Here's number 7. Ready, go. Ba, triplet, triplet, D, ba. Ba, triplet, triplet, D, ba. 2, ready, go. Ba, triplet, triplet, D, ba. 2, ready, go. Ba, triplet, triplet, D, ba. 2, ready, go. Ba, triplet, triplet, D, ba. All right, so let's break down that right hand. Notice what I did is I put in the fingering for you as well. And again, I know a lot of students ask, well, put in all the fingering. I can't do that because I wouldn't be doing you any favors. When it comes to improvisation, fingering is never written in. Even when you see a lot of times solos written out, the fingering is not there. So it's up to you to learn how to create proper fingering at the piano. So I did it a couple of times here just so you have an idea of where to start. But remember, in these blocks, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 or 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means if you're putting if the note is F in that first block, use your middle finger. If the note is C in that block, use your middle finger. Lick number 7, we have thumb, then second finger, middle, fourth finger, cross underneath, thumb, second, middle, 4, then back to 3. So it's ba, triplet, triplet, D, ba. You might say, why are you putting F sharp in there? Well, a lot of times I'll put F sharp if I'm moving up to G. That way I don't have to go G flat and then G natural. Ba, triplet, triplet, D, ba. So, ba, triplet, triplet, D, ba. 2, ready, go. Ba, triplet, triplet, D, ba. 2, ready, go. Ba, triplet, triplet, D, ba. Nice, all right? Try just the right hand with me. Ba, triplet, triplet, D, ba. Okay, if it's too tough to get the left hand right now, don't worry about that. Ba, triplet, triplet, D, ba. Okay? Now remember, I've taught thousands of students, and I don't like to say that because I'm bragging. I say that because I know this stuff works. I know it works. I've been doing this a while. I think about this. I think about the pedagogy and the curriculum, and I've broken this stuff down for years and done it with so many students that I know what works and what doesn't work. So when it comes to this kind of stuff, you got to play it steady. You got to do it slow. You got to think about where things line up. But more importantly, you have to give yourself a break. If you're not getting this right away, don't get all upset about it. All right? It's very common for this to take a little while, and sometimes it takes a couple of days, and poof, all of a sudden it clicks. Finally, lick number 8, which is rhythm number 4, flipped. Let's go ahead and do that one. I'm going to play it, and then we'll break it down. Here we go. Okay. All right, so now this one is cool because you have that upbeat in the middle of the measure. Okay, you have that 8th rest when you hit beat 2. So it's triplet D ba, left hand by itself, ba, triplet, and then the left hand by itself. Okay? Triplet, D, ba, ba, triplet. It's very much like lick number 6 as well. Triplet, D, ba, ba, triplet. Okay? Triplet, D, ba, ba, triplet. All right, let's go even slower. So it's triplet, D, ba, ba, triplet. Okay? Triplet, D, ba, ba, triplet. Okay? Triplet, D, ba, ba, triplet. Okay? So that's all 8 licks. Remember, you could do all of these licks along with the play along track as well. So I'll try this lick number 8 again. Okay, so you can go through it, you can play all of these licks with the backing track. Remember, there's also the sheet music that you can download, so be sure to click on that card and download the sheet music. All right, you can get it right off of my website. The other thing is you can go from lick to lick to lick to lick, you know, right? So you can go from 1 into 2 into 3 into 4, and then also we could start to combine them together. Now that's a little bit more advanced, and I'm not going to be able to go through that in this particular lesson. So I will do that in another lesson, in a future lesson, some advanced techniques of combining blues scales, or combining blues licks rather. But basically, I'm going to play a little bit faster now just for time's sake. So I'm just going to speed this up a little bit. But I'm going to go through and I'm going to play all 8 of them. That would be a fun thing here. I'll play all 8 right in a row. 1, 2, here we go. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. And then finally 8. Kind of end with that C minor chord there. Me personally, I think that's pretty darn cool. And even if you're brand new to the piano, you could get that down actually with a couple of days, maybe weeks of practice. Just break down each one of those licks like we did, okay? Practice them together, nice and slow, and then you'll be able to get all of that down. To get the sheet music and the backing track, click on the card and you can go ahead and get all of that. And I want to thank you for joining me on this lesson. And also, if this is the final lesson in the Anyone Can Improvise in 3 Easy Steps, the first lesson is the how to accompany yourself using this simple pattern. The second lesson is 4 rhythms that every improviser needs to know. And then there is this lesson, 8 blues scale licks for beginners. So I'm Willie Mayette, creator of NoBowlPiano.com. Appreciate you watching this, and I'll see you in the next lesson.